this is Bruce Frantzis of the Tao Space. The solstice always played a big part because it was not a man-made event. It is something that is literally being created by the heavens, by the galaxy. So here's what the point is. Now, during the winter season, the yin energy of the earth is at its strongest. And at the time of the solstice, it's at its strongest yet. And then at the end of the solstice, slowly but surely, life starts coming back. But it's still going to take many months before it comes back, and it's still going to be resting during those months. Now, many astrologers consider this winter solstice to be the most important astrological event of the century. Not of the year, of the century. In astrology, the two most important planets that influence human affairs are Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is where our beliefs come from. And Saturn is what enables you to implement those beliefs, to actually get them done, to sustain them. So one is the creation, and one is the implementation or the sustaining. Now, these planets normally in the night sky are separated by rather large distances. But what's going to happen is that in this solstice, they're going to come uncommonly close to where at one point, because their only difference is only going to be some percentage of 0 degrees in their separation, they're going to look like they're one big star. Okay? Now, this creates the purest energy for maximum manifestations. And this is what happens in meditation. Every moment is a new moment. Every moment has no past, present, or future. And this is where, in terms of meditation, this is where, in terms of Taoist philosophy, you want to emerge out of the winter with. So you could say that the winter is the season of meditation. The winter is the season of letting go. Thank you very much. Now I think we'll do a little bit of meditation that's related to this time of the year. So begin by first just letting your mind slow down. Like in any meditation, let your breathing start slowing down. Let your mind start slowing down. And when your mind has slowed to a significant degree, even though you won't know what Jupiter and Saturn are, let your intent be to allow you to start recognizing it. Because this is going to happen at a very deep subconscious level, and your conscious mind is probably not going to recognize most of it. And now inside your mind, try and have both of them become empty. Eyes to water, water to inner space, until they become empty. Now inside that emptiness, there is naturally going to emerge light, which is the stronger quality of Aquarius. Let that light begin to emerge. Just as though when you finish dissolving, at the end of it, light releases. Now, keeping that together, let this energy that's at the crown of your head, let it begin to drop down towards your lower dantian. And if you feel it become blocked somewhere or you're losing it, dissolve that place and take it into emptiness until you arrive at emptiness, and the light inside that is commingled with the emptiness begins to emerge. And keep on now going slowly down your body. And if you're able to, down your central channel. It's not absolutely necessary, it's just better. Until you arrive at your lower dantian. So we have two separate qualities. Emptiness and light. And let them just stabilize in your lower dantian as you breathe. As you inhale, increase the emptiness. As you exhale, increase the light. Now back 50, 70, 100 years ago, whenever it was, the first of the superheroes emerged in modern culture. It was called Superman. Came from the far-off planet Krypton. Everybody knows who he is. But one of the tricks that Superman used to do at times is that he would take a piece of coal and he would squeeze it till he compressed it and compressed it and compressed it until it became a diamond, which is essentially what nature does over millions and millions and millions of years. But he did it in a few seconds. Likewise, the oil on the earth, of which we make such a big thing about, in which our entire civilization runs upon, it came from dead plants that died millions and millions of years ago, but through the intense pressure of the earth, eventually turned into oil. So now we have, when Jupiter and Saturn are coming close together, our mind, without using any force, has to apply that pressure to the emptiness and light you feel inside you. And you want to have this commingled quality of emptiness and light become as small in your lower dantian as you're able to. And as it becomes more and more condensed, your mind becomes more and more stable. And when it gets condensed enough, a natural result will be that you will begin to start having the ability to contact this energy of Aquarius that is between the two stars of the two planets of Jupiter and Saturn. Now, do not look for this energy of Aquarius that's coming, because this is a natural time when it can emerge from these two planets coming together. Two main planets that affect life on Earth. Let them just begin to condense, and let that be the contact point through which you can feel this energy of Aquarius. Now, many Taoist meditation practices have methods that are not the same as this, but are similar, to where they use this to contact the pole star and the Pleiades, which the Taoists reckon is really in terms of everything related to the earth and everything that relates to the earth. To activate that. And And that's how they communicate. One way they communicate with the stars and all the planets of a universe so big we cannot possibly know how many there are. But for now, you just want to have this energy going of Aquarius so that it feels you stronger, so that the speed of the evolution within your own spiritual practice can increase. Ice to water, water to gas. Now in truth, you cannot condense emptiness. The more you take away from it, the more there is. And in truth, if we talk about the universal force of light, you can't really reduce it. The more you take away from it, the more there is. This is their natures at the spiritual level. But you're going to attempt to do this because the purpose is to make your mind capable of recognizing the energy of Aquarius. And through that, enhance your own creativity. And through that, develop a creativity that will allow you to recognize and connect to what's in the universe. Now you want to, obviously, on the night of the solstice, given that this is the time when these two energies are at an absolute pinnacle, are at their absolute strongest, you want to practice this. But you can continue to do this for months after the night of the solstice, so that this thing that you've started, the tiny flame you started inside yourself, can grow into a raging fire. So there is the night of the solstice, which is the easiest way to connect to this. And then for the next few months, do this to allow that connection to grow. And by the time the spring comes, there will not be any point practicing this meditation. It is specifically for a duration of the time cycle. Thank you, and have a good practice.